Hello everyone, my name is Chiara and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I hope you like my content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you won't miss my new videos. Do you recognize the character on this clip? Yes, I am coloring the drawing you choose from Howl's Moving Castle. Are you excited as me? Who doesn't love Studio Ghibli movies? In this video, I will also show you some markers I remembered when I was doing the Ho-Ho review. If you want to see that, you can follow the link on the top of this video or the link in the description box below. I also did a comparison between Copic and Ho-Ho if you want to check that out too. Just look at both. They are so similar, right? The structure is exactly the same, just barely changes the colors. They both have the same line indicating the brush pen, and the caps are so similar too. Kind of amazing how these pens have exactly the same design, just changing the little details. I got to know Stylefile markers in 2017 when I received the Scrollbox. Do you remember them? This reminds me I never posted that video. Oops! I liked to use it so much, I contacted Stylefile markers and they sent me loads of pens to review and experiment. The colors were not exactly a set, and the sets they sent me were not completed. That's the 2-box I'm going to show you, but I was so happy to receive so many. I still had many colors and I could do so many mixes. So let's talk a bit about markers called Stylefile markers. This is a German brand, so Europe, and just talking about Ho-Ho, I think it's an American brand. I don't really know who started first, but when I received Stylefile markers on the Scrollbox, I had the brush tips, and from my research I found a video of drawing with waffles, and she says Ho-Ho markers were sold on Amazon but only had the bullet nib, and the colors you got you didn't choose them, or they were not really on a chart. Well, I didn't know about that. Also, the aesthetic of Ho-Ho at that time was different, so I really think Stylefile markers were the first in my opinion. Not that this matter for a markers hoarder like me. On the package came their magazine and works done with art materials they sell, and obviously with the markers. Just look at these works made with it, looks so cool. I have such a sweet spot for graffitis, but I suck at drawing them, so I just appreciate. Also came a sketchbook that you probably recognize. I really have to say I love it. I have been using for quite some time and it's where I do all my markers drawings. I think I need to buy more sketchbooks like this because the quality is so great. I always used single sheets, but it's nice to have everything tidy and together like a portfolio. It's great for any alcohol markers you use. Stylefile sent me two kinds of markers, the classic ones with the bullets or classic nib, that will be the black marker, and the brush markers with the brush nib, the grey markers. It's the first time I see a brand using different colors to distinguish if they are brush or bullet markers. I actually love the idea. Over the years, all the brands start with classic nibs and then they upgrade to brush tips, because many people prefer how they work and how simple it is to use them, like myself. The truth is that you can do so much more with the brush pen that goes with the movement you want to portray in drawing, especially hair, feathers, wrinkles on the clothes, so many things. The chisel is exactly the same for both. Something I am pretty sure for using these markers for some years is that Stylefile markers don't have the problem of the stiff nib as Ho-Ho. They work so smoothly on the paper and the nib it's very soft. Finally, I had the time to draw Howl's Moving Castle screen caps, and I asked in all my platforms which drawing to color, and this was the chosen one. If you don't follow me there, check the link to my Instagram on the description box below. I also thought it was perfect to use with these markers because the gray colors of the scent markers were perfect for this image. The gray is kind of bluish and I love the color. Since StyleFile sent me these markers in 2017 and I kind of forgot to review, but I am happy I could show these markers with this beautiful illustration I am doing. Anyway, I know pretty well these markers by now. Not being my first time using these markers in my illustrations, I really have an opinion formed and I really love them. If I had to choose which markers I like the most, I would say Copic, for sure, and StyleFile. That is how much I love this brand. They work so nicely and the colors blend so easily. The round shape also gives a nice grip, so they are pretty comfortable. Also, this brand has refills, just like Copic, but also multi-liners. If you want to see all the materials, you can check the website stylefilemarker.com and you will see all the other markers they also have for sale. They sell pretty much worldwide from what I saw, so you can just buy from them. It's much easier to buy them than, for example, the Hohuhu, but they are a bit more expensive. When I got the classic nib markers, I was kind of sad because I always thought it was so difficult to use them. The blending would not be perfect. It also happened with Copic in the beginning when I bought my first ones. At that time there were only the classic, that was 15 years ago probably, but I learned how to use the bullet nib, but also the chisel nib recently. I have always seen it's used for bigger areas, but I was not comfortable before and I couldn't blend very well until now, so I'm pretty satisfied. You can see me using my own method to blend everything. Try to use a brush pen on top of a bullet nib coloring and you will see magic happening. It's so nice when you learn a new trick, right? Did you know I love drawing and coloring feathers? Drawing this version of Howl was so nice because of that. Also, the palette of colors reminds me so much of my original character, Kiara. For the people that voted on the other illustration of Howl and Sophie, you don't need to worry about. I will also want to color the other screen cap. Maybe I will also do one more while Howl has blonde hair. Do you like the idea? For the ink, I used my School-G Tashikawa pen because it lets me do stronger or thinner lines depending on the pressure used on paper. It's also a mangaka tool for many artists. Makes me want to do a video about it now, should I? Let me know in the comments below. This kind of coloring is really beautiful in my opinion, but this took me several hours in 2 days. First because I wanted everything super well blended and I want to take my time. And second, I didn't have enough fresh air because with the weather I couldn't open the windows and it had a nice amount of alcohol smell in my room. This is something people forget to talk about. You should be in a ventilated room while using any alcohol markers. It's not good to your health to be having all these smells going on. Don't be like me, just take my advice. I need to apologize for some recordings having my hairs on the camera or just my big head. Sometimes I'm not comfortable with the position of the phone and I usually like to be on top of the paper and then this happens. Of course, I only noticed when I'm editing the video, so I'm sorry about that. I still hope you enjoy seeing the process. Are you enjoying this video and you are new here? Subscribe to the channel and click the notifications bell so you won't miss my premieres and new videos. In the beginning of the coloring, my idea was to use only the style file markers, but when I got to Sophie's clothes, the blues were not exactly what I wanted, at least the ones I had from this brand. The only blue I could use was too dark, so I decided to use my two Copics and the style file marker after, and they look great together. Then I noticed with the wood part on the background the same thing, so yet again I got my Copic colors that were exactly what I wanted. This way everything looked very similar to the screen cap, and that's the point of this illustration. Do you like Studio Ghibli movies? Do you have any idea of other movies you would like to see me recreate in my style? Do you have a favorite? I think my favorite is Howl's Moving Castle and Kiki's Delivery Service, but the first one I did was Princess Mononoke, also a big favorite, and I have it on my channel. Have you seen it? Oh, I forgot, I also did an owl one in 2016, if I'm not incorrect. You can check the links on the top of the video or on the description box below if you want to watch it. Oh, these reddish colors were so beautiful in my opinion. I had so much fun with that little background, you don't even imagine. I didn't give stronger lines because it wouldn't make the characters stand out more, like they are at the moment. Also, it resembles of Ghibli coloring. And that's what I was aiming for. To finish this piece, I had to get my polychromos for a better review. The colored pencils work so perfectly every time I use any kind of alcohol markers, and these ones were no exception. I love this combination so much. A good tip for artists is to use pencils where you don't have enough marker colors. You get more colors and you can do detailing with them. Finishing touches with white gel pen, and that's it. I have to be honest, I love how this illustration came out and I am proud of it. That is very difficult to happen, and me saying it. I have been wanting to do fan art of this movie for so long, and the style file markers were perfect for this illustration. Thank you to this company for sending me these awesome materials. I had and I have lots of fun with it. Let me know in the comments your opinions, and thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye bye!